Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of the On Studio Sessions podcast. Season 2, episode 3. Oops. You're very welcome, girls.
Thank you.
This week we have two of Tuam's finest young musicians. One is heavily involved in musical theatre. The other is a singer-songwriter who has just emerged, who's just blossomed. First time I came across Johanna was Fuse, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fuse.
Yeah, so we have Fuse. I was going to say we have Fuse and Alana Mullins. We have Johanna Lane and Alana Mullins. Girls, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
So, what have you been up to? How was quarantine?
Oh God, quarantine isn't great for me. I haven't been very productive, but I've been eating quite a lot. So,
like we all are.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't stopped eating since I came home from college. You wouldn't think it, but yeah.
I think, it's been like, I've been trying to write music, but it's kind of hard because like, I usually write music to procrastinate away from like schoolwork and stuff. And the fact that I don't have school, it's like I have nothing to like procrastinate away from because I'm like free all the time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be creative when you're free all the time, I think, in a way. Some people would argue differently against that.
That's
but,
true.
Like,
That's like what we said in season 1 when it was like, I think I've said this every single episode since I started.
Oh no, what have I started?
Where it's been like, creative people feel this urge that now they have so much time on their hands that they need to be
it's almost harder,
yeah, and it's harder, because they have all this time they don't know what to be putting out.
Exactly, and it's almost forced a bit, like, and you don't want
Yeah.
that either, and because then it's not authentic. It's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like don't be trying to mass produce
music,
content, like
yeah.
But so you haven't been up to anything else exciting? No, sure. I mean, what else have we been doing other than sitting on our holes?
Everything was cancelled this year, so
Even Fuse.
It's depressing.
Well, it's very sad.
I think you were mostly saddened about that.
I think so, but I remember we were practicing, like, was it the night before? And we were like, this is going to go so badly because we were practicing for like 3 days before it. So in a way, it was like a blessing in disguise because now we have more time. But, like,
that's why I thought this morning when you said that you couldn't come at 12:30, I was like, they're definitely at home practicing now. 100% are
no,
practicing.
I wish we were. Yeah.
Poor Johanna was sick this morning, but she's all better
I'm
now.
all fine now, yeah.
Hopefully.
I don't know who to start with, so I might start with Alana if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So Alana, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I actually haven't been up to much recently, but me and Johanna are just completely different. Like she's songwriting and stuff like that, and musicals just haven't.
You were
been...
always musical, really, for you.
Yeah.
So how did music start for you then? How old are you now? Do you mind me asking?
I'm 16.
You're 16.
16.
Okay, so when did you first? Tell me the whole story from the start.
So I remember my older
little
sister,
Alana, like.
tiny little Alana, but she, I love that.
You love what?
Sorry, no. My sister Emma, she did stage left for a year, and she absolutely hated it. She played the mayor of Munchkin City in Wizard of Oz. I don't know if you remember that one, but it just wasn't for her at all. So then Mum said to me, Alana, you wouldn't like stage left. If Emma didn't like it, you'd hate it. And I begged Mum, I was like, please just ring John and just ask him, can I please just do it at least one show? And then the rest is history, really. I think I did it for, I think it was 5 or 6 years, and I just loved it. Really? It really like sparked an interest in that whole thing. Like for years and years, like I was so stubborn. I was like, I'm going to do acting, or do you know what I mean? It's acting or nothing. Yeah. And then
What was the first show you did?
I did Happily Ever After. It was a show written by Kevin Dwyer.
All right.
And I was Turvy the Clown.
You were what?
Turvy the Clown.
Turvy.
There was Topsy and Turvy.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. There was a trio there, and it was...
Very good.
I wasn't the best. But,
what was it about?
It was about... There was the Woeful Wizard of Doom, if I remember correctly. And she kept mixing up the stories. Okay. The fairy tale stories, right. And we were her 3 minions, and I think we turned good at the end.
All right.
But all I remember from that show is that I fell onto the ground and my wig fell off, and that's the only memory of that show. So
you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. I actually saved it really well. I like grabbed it and flicked it up again.
It back up.
Yeah, unreal. I was like, this is what I know.
What age were you at that point?
I'd say I was 11.
Really?
I
Okay.
could have been 11, but I looked about 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really tragic.
And were your family into music, or what's was there any music in the house before you started doing that?
Mum and Dad can't sing a note,
Okay.
like at all. It just passed them completely.
Yeah.
But you know Owen Mullins
Yeah.
and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're my cousins, so they're a very talented bunch. And then I had a few cousins. It's all nearly Dad's side that are the musical side, and my cousins were in Belfire, which was a band. They were in Belfast. They were in a band called Belfire, and it took off really well.
Okay.
Louis Walsh managed them.
Oh,
so,
did they?
Yeah, not too
Belfire.
bad.
Never heard of them. I forgot to mention Julie is here. Once Julie heard the girls were coming on the show, she was like, "Oh my god, can I come down and watch them?" Have you ever heard of them, Julie? No.
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Belfire doesn't ring a bell for me now, but
It was a
ring a
long
bell.
Belfire.
Pun not intended there. So then after that, what was the next show? How did things progress?
From stage left, then I kind of I was secondary school age then, so I did Oliver, and that's where me and Johanna kind
very
of
good.
started our love-hate relationship. We did Oliver together, and I was the rose seller. You know, in that one song. And
That
then-
one scene where we got our lead, we were so excited. We were like 4 little first years getting
Yeah.
like the only leads, and
I
it was
remember that actually. Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
that.
And Johanna was the knives to grind girl. So
man.
yeah. Oh, sorry, she was a man in it.
That's
All right.
yeah.
And then
I was always the man, like, always. And then second year I was a woman for once, but I used to always be the man, even in
Right.
primary school, like. So.
very masculine, is it?
Thank you, Alana.
Stop.
But yeah, that's kind of what started it in secondary school, and then I kind of moved on from that, and I did a show with Nine Arch.
Okay.
In Clare Galway.
Yeah.
And that went on to, that was Sound of Music. I started with that, and that was in 3rd year, I think. And then I've done Fiddler on the Roof and Sound of Music with them. So
Where did you do Fiddler?
Fiddler was with Nine Arch as well.
Where was
and
that
it was
on?
the Town Hall.
I
in
did.
Galway.
Well, I was on that show.
Yeah, I think you were. Yeah,
And was I on the other one as well? I think I was.
you were.
Yeah.
Fiddler and
Yeah.
Sound of Music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great shows.
Unreal.
Two
Yeah,
great
they're
shows.
great.
They're
Yeah,
so
they're
talented
class.
over there, like.
Yeah, they're a cool
And they're
bunch.
so nice as well. It's such a nice society.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a lovely bunch. Lovely bunch. I did. The last thing I did with them was I actually did lighting for their last show.
Yeah.
Did they do Fiddler again? Wasn't that Nine Arches that did
Yeah.
Fiddler? That was it. Were you
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah.
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 I did lighting for that one. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was before that. I thought they did it twice. Anyway. Yeah, great show. Lovely bunch. Yeah. It was very, very good. But kind of step back from musical theatre now. But yeah, it was cool.
How
What a
could you
shame.
step-
Yeah, how
yeah.
could you do that?
Why did you do that to us?
Again, I've said it, like, I don't sing, I don't dance, and
I guess. Yeah.
the tech side of musical theatre is interesting, but I'd rather be working with bands and I'd rather
Yeah,
be doing
yeah.
all that stuff, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think live music is a lot more fun than working with people running around a stage, but I don't know.
Running around a stage. he said.
Julie's face is like,
Yeah.
no.
I'm joking. Musical theatre is class. It's great I think it's great for young people. Like
Oh,
exactly, for
100%,
young
yeah,
people, it's
yeah.
brilliant for building confidence and,
Yeah.
you know, getting them to where they want to be, I suppose.
Exactly, yeah.
So what about school? What's school life like for you? How was it? Or
Oh,
what
God.
year? So what year are you now? Or
Going into 5th year.
you're going into 5th year? Okay.
Yeah.
So what was music like in school then?
Music in school.
You did music.
Yeah, I did the subject music.
Yeah.
That was okay. I'm
Did you
just
like
not great at theory. Like, I'm just not good at anything besides like the performing of it. Like, but school in general is all right. Do you know? I wouldn't be the most academically inclined, but it's all right.
Like myself.
Yeah.
Like myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never liked the theory side of music either.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
same. I can't stick it. I just.
Yeah.
When I was learning piano, like, even even classical music, it's dreadful. Like,
Sick. But like the great part about leaving cert music is you go in and you sing like, is it 8 songs
yeah.
for the practical and you get 50%. Is that not the most gorgeous thing you've ever heard in your life? Like,
Yeah, I kind
Yeah,
of wish I
it's
picked it now, to
brilliant.
be honest. Like, even though I haven't
Unreal.
done
You didn't do music.
No, and that's what everyone says. Though.
Isn't
Like,
that
you didn't do
so
music.
What is wrong with
weird?
you?
I know, yeah.
I
I
don't know.
kind of regret it a little bit. but also like I don't, because theory just isn't for me. Like,
Okay.
but maybe it would have helped me a bit more, like with guitar and stuff, if I had done it. You know, because I'm not bothered to like watch YouTube videos and learn it. Like, I just can't. But
It just wasn't like that though. It was just like, who
just-
is Bach? And like, you know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't.
It
so
was awful. It was dreadful.
and I was afraid. I think if I picked it, music would turn into something that wasn't a hobby anymore.
Okay,
Do you know what
just
I mean?
be like work.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to stay away from that and just do it as a secondary thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Words of wisdom from Johanna.
He's very good at them.
Yeah. What was I going to say there now? There was something kind of half interesting that I was going to say. Oh yeah, so I think they've changed it now. They've changed music now for like from the junior
really?
for junior cert. Yeah, so you can actually like, they're not doing the way they're doing set works is kind of different. Like they're studying more modern art. Like they're studying Ed Sheeran, I think now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
See,
Wow,
that's so
imagine
much more
studying
interesting though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Do
it's
you know what I mean?
relatable.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
nobody
because
really
times have
gives a
changed.
shit.
It's
Like,
not as if we're not
Yeah.
in the 19th century anymore.
yeah, you know, nobody gives a shit. Like, with music in school now. I mean, like when I was doing it, it was grand and all, but like the whole thing of studying Romeo and Juliet, like
Oh,
who
stop.
cares? Like, do you know?
I did hear that like the second years were doing like a performing arts class.
Oh yeah,
as
they've
well,
started that now. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
which is great, like
Seems-
because it gets people really interested in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's just like basic singing class. Like it's
Yeah.
not
That's-
theory or anything. It's just like performing arts. So I
That's
don't know
really
if they do music
cool.
and
Yeah.
stuff or not, but it's like
Jarlath might want to
I
look
missed
at that.
it. Like, god damn it! Imagine
Yeah.
having a
Oh, yeah.
performing arts class.
imagine.
I'm too old.
Would never.
So you're obviously weren't not in Leaving Cert obviously this year. What do you think about that whole situation?
Oh, isn't that
I
awful?
think it depends what type of person you are. Like
What year are you in?
same as.
You're in the same.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Same class.
Same. Oh,
No.
We
best
actually
buddies.
No, we actually weren't. That's why we weren't really close. Like until like. when was it?
TY.
TY, yeah. No, we were, but we weren't in the same class first, second, third year. So the musicals are kind of how we would be together, you know.
Okay, so
Because other
okay.
than that, we wouldn't.
So that's how you got to know each other. It was through me. It was through what musical? Oliver at the start.
Oliver and then My Fair
Yeah.
Lady and then Back to the 80s. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's
Yeah.
just-
Back to the 80s was incredible.
Thank you.
It was so good. Like it was probably. Actually, I won't say it, but it was very, very good. I loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mam loved it as well.
I feel like
Everybody
our
loved Back to
parents
the
would have
80s.
loved
It was
because
brilliant.
It's just they could relate to all the jokes
Yeah.
and stuff that we didn't understand. We were like saying lines. We were like, "What does this mean?" You know.
Yeah.
But like parents like loved them. You know.
It was
I
like
think-
the one show that I've done that Mam knew like all the songs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like she'd usually be bored out of her tree, like listening to
Yeah.
songs she didn't know, and then she was like bopping along to all of them.
Yeah, I love Back to the 80s. It's probably one of my favourite shows.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
yeah.
at first we were kind of unsure about it, weren't we?
Yeah.
We
It's
were
very
it's
like
gonna be very cringy and kind of high
it's
school.
very cheesy, but that's what
Very
it is.
different
to My
like,
Fair
yeah.
Lady.
But it's
like-
sure it's American, like.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
American, isn't it? Back to the 80s,
Sure,
yeah.
Yeah, because we had American.
Yeah.
Tiffany.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very good. The music is brilliant. 80s music was very good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you got to know each other. That's I suppose that's kind of how everybody
I
wanted
think
to
we
know that.
got
Like,
yeah, we got closer because of Fuse.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I was
for
just
that.
about to move on to Fuse.
You know,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
that, yeah, because we kind of discovered that we lived so close together, which for some reason we just didn't know.
We
up
went
until that
to
point.
play school together,
just didn't
and we
know
found
it.
out like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, honestly, like maybe
What
2
place
weeks-
could you go to?
Lucy Muggins.
Lucy.
Oh, Lucy, just over the
Yes,
road. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And so yeah, we lived really close to each other. And we just
Yeah.
didn't know. And then once we heard about Fuse and stuff and the musical, we were like, oh, why don't we start like obviously jamming together? So
Yeah.
And so Alana would come to the house, and then it's just been ever since we've been doing that.
So talk to me
non-stop.
about Fuse then. What's your experience been like with Fuse?
Amazing, great.
Yeah.
Unreal. Yeah.
What do you
it's
like
such-
most about it?
It's just it's.
You
Great
don't have to say good
have-
things just because Julie is here.
and it's really good.
It's so great.
But it's just like it's great to have a platform. Do you know what I mean? Because like, what else do we have?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally nothing up until
Besides-
this point. Like,
Like, and it's hard for people our age to get gigs in pubs and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
just to have a platform to do it is unreal.
Yeah.
And like even like I've gotten way closer to Johanna and like Ellen Kane and people like that are just so talented that you wouldn't talk to. Not that I wouldn't talk to Ellen, but like do you know
just
what I
wouldn't
mean?
cross paths otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's nice to be able to network, I suppose, and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Of course.
What I thought was brilliant about it, what I loved about it is when Julie came to me with the idea, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be really cool because it can be like it can be a big production. You know what I mean? But it can be like up and coming artists, and they get to
Yeah.
experience this whole thing in front of an audience, and every month then, so you can,
Yeah.
I think it's
It's
brilliant.
nice and intimate as well, and like you
Yeah.
just invite your friends. It's not as if there's loads of strangers there.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people I knew were there. I knew, you know.
Yeah.
The people
Yeah.
that were there, I knew. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's great. There might be a few coming in the coming weeks. Obviously it won't be live, but well, it will be live, kind of. It'll be a little bit different, but there might be one coming. So keep your eyes peeled for that. So yeah, you like Fuse. That's good.
Yeah.
Because we only did. Well, you did twice, didn't you?
I think I'd done it once or twice
And then the
before,
second
and
time
then
was
we
it,
did
yeah.
it together.
You did with backing tracks the first time, didn't you?
Of course,
Yeah.
I have no like.
I think that's why we go well together, because like Alana's like, her voice is so powerful, and then I could just kind of have the guitar to like, back her up a bit. Because I think it's important to have all full music,
Okay, so this is good because Fuse brings me on to you now, Johanna.
Oh well,
So,
I didn't mean to segue into what I said. But.
So, Fuse was the first time I ever knew. I didn't know you were musical at all.
I didn't know I was musical myself.
I said Leo Moran is fascinated with you. It's hilarious, like, because we were talking about Fuse last week, and we were talking about your like different artists like yourselves and whatever, and I was saying to Leo that was I had seen you around town from doing. Did you do mass serving?
Probably.
Yeah, that's where I saw. That's I know, but that's where I saw you,
okay,
and I just seen you around town, and you kind of looked. I don't know. I just think that I can tell by looking at someone.
Kind of, that's the way to
Maybe
put it.
that's what it
That's the way
was.
to put it.
Yeah,
like yin and yang here.
It's
like.
just no, but like that was my thing. I didn't really focus much on music. Was like just like a hobby. It was nothing like it wasn't my primary kind of
your thing.
That's why nobody would have really guessed. Even nobody in our class would have until
like
I started
even
singing.
until like a few months ago, she'd send like her closest friends, like me, of course, her like music on Snapchat,
Covers
and really
and
that'd
stuff.
be it.
And they'd be like, put it on Instagram, and I'm like, never.
No,
I was like, not a chance am I putting this anywhere. I'd only send like maybe a select 5 people.
Okay.
And that's it, and my sister. And
I was one of the elite few.
that happened for about a year, I'd say. Like during
Really?
a bit, I couldn't put it anywhere, anything anywhere. Like
I have this feeling like it's funny. I can like identify musicians. I was going into the first day ever. Like the first day ever at college when I started college the first year. There was a guy walking in front of me, walking up from the house, like going up to college, and I was looking at him. I was like, he looks like someone that could be doing the music course. And that was grand anyway. We walked into the big open hall where they were giving us our introduction to the college and whatever. And they had all the different faculties, like, all the different courses kind of grouped together. And lo and behold, wasn't he sitting beside me doing the music course? And I was like, I knew you were going to be doing the music. I just knew by looking at you.
Sense, like,
that you're a musician or whatever.
They do have a certain style though, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Do you know the way they dress?
Yeah. But he's been my best friend. He's like my brother now. Like he's been my best friend ever since. Yeah. But it's just weird. So I just had that feeling. I knew by looking at you. I was like, she definitely plays music or something, And
it's like an underground thing.
Yeah.
Like wooden structures.
Can you stop?
Tell me about these wooden structures.
Never.
All I'm saying is Joanna's a very creative person, and she's very good with making things. Yeah. But so tell me about music for you, Johanna. How did it start then? Sorry, I never finished what I was going to say. Sorry for interrupting you.
Okay.
But Fuse was the first time I heard you singing, and Julie was standing beside me at the time, and you opened your mouth and started singing, and we were just like jaw dropped, like it was crazy. So tell me, go back to the start and tell me how it all.
Been like, when I started learning guitar, I'd say when I was about 8, I think.
Okay.
And I went to Dan Trayers in Tuam. I'm pretty sure someone else on the podcast.
Yeah.
Him as well. He was like the go-to guy at the time. And I was there for about 2 years, but then I kind of was just fed up of like learning covers. I was never really into covers for some reason. Covers just weren't my thing. I could never sit down and learn off a song, like plucking patterns or any of that sort of stuff, or like if I learned a chord progression I kind of just forget it a week later. I wasn't into singing other people's songs, basically is the way to put it. Even though I love listening to, like I say, Alana when she sings covers, but I just for some reason I just couldn't do it myself. So I quit guitar anyway after like 2 years because I'm just learning other people's songs. What's the point? So I started teaching myself kind of just other chords, and I was still singing covers but not as much, and I dropped it I think for a few years. I kind of just said like it's just something I'll pick up every now and then. But then when I don't really know exactly when I kind of started again, but I quite like English in school, so I was writing a lot of poetry and stuff like that, just in my spare time about like different stuff in my life, I guess. And so then when I got into secondary school, I would just kind of be combining the two, but it was nothing serious really. It was nothing like I wouldn't show them to anyone, not even my friends at this point. It was like way back, not even my sister would see these, It was like poems that were turned into songs, so they were very corny and very deep and very like a 13-year-old writing, like, you know what I mean, a song based on a poem she wrote probably about some, like heartbreak. So anyway, that was the beginning, I guess. And then musical theatre obviously with Alana, and I was never really in, like, singing was never really, like, I'd love singing with me and my sister when we were small. Like, that was like, High School Musical was just our, favorite. We'd be like, singing in my bedroom and whatever. Like, we always loved singing, and our dad was a great singer, is a great singer. So I suppose that's where we got it from. But yeah, it was never something I put out there, if you know what I mean. It was a very like personal thing to me and my sister, and we were just loved music, and that was just how it was. But
Yeah.
like I said, like I didn't do music in first year, so it wasn't as if I had in my brain, I want to be like a musician. This is what I want. It's like it was never even a thought. So I was just like, no, not doing music. That's it. You know, that's just how it happened.
Yeah.
So
Stupidly.
that was all just like a blur. I'm just like,
yeah, sorry, I talk too fast sometimes. But just
no. I think that's interesting because again, nobody like I don't think many people in Tuam know where this musical thing came out of for you. Like,
I
so.
don't either myself. Sometimes it's just my friends that helped me. I think if I hadn't shown my original songs to my friends, I would have never like have met you, Mel, you know, or whatever, and like
You're welcome.
So when did you start learning guitar again, or did you say that and I just missed it?
8 way back.
Okay.
And
So,
I never,
so you stopped and then you took it up again.
I stopped and I dabbled in piano for a bit, but I hated theory, so I would never. My sister's great at piano; she's a legend, like, and she was, she's very good, and I always admire her, so I was trying to do that, and I did a bit of ukulele because it was funny. My guitar, my mom actually bought it for my sister, and my mom bought my sister ukulele as well because Rebecca was like the music person in our family at the time. Like it was just Rebecca. Music, and so then Rebecca stopped playing it, so then I was like, do you know what? That's a nice guitar. I'm going to play it myself. And that's when I started. Then and we kind of swapped our roles. Then she went back to piano, and I.
Yeah. Cool. So, What about you? Have you ever like played an instrument or took up an instrument, or other than the tin whistle in primary school?
I was. Excuse me, my tin whistle skills were unbelievable in primary school. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But I've gone through so many phases of doing stuff for like a week. Like I remember I went for guitar lessons, and like I held the guitar the wrong way, and like my fingers were sore, and I just, I was like, that's enough of that. And then Mom got me like a 32 key keyboard.
Oh yeah.
It's still upstairs in my room, but I played that for a little while, and I had a drum. Like I had a drum at one stage. Imagine me playing the drum, like, and
the drum,
singular.
Just the one drum. But I had like a whole, like, Mom found it on Dundee or something.
You're really calling out your mom here.
Yeah, sorry, Mom. But like I played it once.
Came from secondhand. Like, sure my guitar was like
that's our life.
How you got
that's what I'm saying. My first PA was secondhand.
Yeah,
my first.
And it does you. I still have mine. Like 8 years later.
And I don't know where mine is anymore.
God bless that drum.
But I just played it once, and then it was like too late in the evening, and Mom all Mom heard was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
we're looking for a new drummer, so for a no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I could have hit it a few times.
Go on, what were we saying there? Sorry, I interrupted you.
But I had the drum, I had the guitar, I had the. I was given so many opportunities to do stuff, and I'm so lazy. I'm so lazy, but singing just always was it for me.
Yeah, you're an amazing singer, so I feel like that's all you need, like unless if that's your.
Now we had met you before at Master the Mic.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Was it 2 years ago?
Not really. I remember it very clearly. Like,
well, it's 2018.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I had to count that
Quick
on my fingers.
But yeah, I auditioned for that, and I remember just seeing it around town, and like Mom and Dad would point out stuff to me to do all the time. So I went for that, and I got in, thank God. And then there was like so many rounds. It went on for like so many weeks.
Went on for 10 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
10 weeks. Was it 5 weeks? No, it went on longer than that.
Yeah.
Was it 5?
I remember being like so stressed out.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like there was like a week 9 or something that I remember, but maybe I'm wrong.
I thought it was longer than 5 weeks.
Or like a week 8 or something.
Yeah.
Where I was like stressing out. I was like.
Was there 8 weeks? I think there might have been 8.
I don't
know. Doesn't matter.
You wouldn't be able to find that out. But like, I remember that like you'd pick a category every week and stuff like that of songs you were singing.
That's
and
right.
I'd just sit at home for like hours and just be like, what? Will I sing like Beyonce or do you know what I mean? And I wish I played an instrument at that point, because it was like backing tracks the whole time, and it just but it was still such a fun experience to do, and I got second place in the end, which wasn't too bad. Like I lost out to Jamie McIntyre, which is I think that's an achievement. You know what I mean? So no, it was just good fun, like, and I just loved doing it, and it was something my family could come and support every week.
Yeah. That was also organised by Julie.
Thank you, Julie. Julie's just given me
the
all
curly.
opportunities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, well, I loved that. I thought that was brilliant because it was great because that was when this place was kind of getting its little push, its kind of take off. Like, so I said to Julie on the sly, I was like, I wonder could we do it in association with on Stiúideo, like, or whatever, and that was kind of that. So that was when I kind of put my team together, and you know, so Michael was there and Ben was there, and it was great crack. So
I
it was
remember
great
you
crack.
setting up all the time. It was such good fun. Like even before it was unreal.
Yeah, it was great crack. So that was again it was kind of like fusing the sense that it was a big production, you know.
And it's great to have that kind of thing in tune. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For even for young people, like just so they get a taste of it, because like I know there was like people like Zoe Clark and stuff like that.
That's right. Chloe Nicholson as well.
Yeah.
And if you haven't got the chance to do musical theatre in school, like, or if I didn't do stage left, like I didn't have the chance for that kind of thing. So like, it was good for those people, you know, that didn't get that way, and they got another way.
Yeah.
So how come you didn't do it actually, Master the Mic?
Master them. I didn't know about it. I mean, I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have done
very
it because
underground.
like I said, covers.
Yeah, but it would have been. You still wouldn't have been putting your music out there, I suppose, at that point, would you?
Yeah, I wasn't even a singer. I just did musicals. Like,
Okay.
I roped her into the world.
I don't know. Like I just. Yeah.
That's the thing with theatre, though. You just get sucked into it.
You do, and but it's good that I got sucked into it, because otherwise I wouldn't have gained the confidence. I think that's where I got the confidence from, and then from there,
Okay. So before I ask you about your songwriting, Johanna, I want to ask Alana: have you ever wrote a song or tried to write a song, or have you ever tried to do any original stuff?
I've tried and failed.
Okay.
But it's just stuff that just wouldn't come out of the notebook. Do you know, like
that's what you think until someone like you comes along. Like, you're gonna come along now in a few years and be like Alana.
It's really difficult too when you don't play something. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say that.
But do you know, because you'd just be writing stuff and you wouldn't even know how to play it.
Yeah.
But I've written stuff about like Granny and stuff like that. But
Okay.
it just wouldn't ever come out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
you could write songs for other people. Like you could write a song for Johanna, like you know. You know, and then you could get all the credit for
like
the
sad mad,
the
do the
songwriting.
rhyming, you know.
Yeah, you should look into it. You definitely try and pick up an instrument.
Yeah,
even
really
piano.
No,
like,
she
piano's
definitely
not
has
hard.
it in her, like, to write songs.
Yeah.
I've heard little bits of let's say music she's written. I don't know if I should be saying this, but like, it is good. It just like, you know, like music just takes time to write.
But it's great being friends with Johanna, just because like, you know, you get so much. She comes from like, when she writes her songs, it comes from just like such different perspectives. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like, oh, my heart was broken kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like so...
Jamie McIntyre.
Oh my God.
I'm joking, Jamie. We love you.
His songs are unreal.
Yeah, they are.
But do you know what? She comes from like a different perspective, and it's so like she writes like in such a unique style that it's unreal to listen to. Yeah. I'm
going to be completely honest now and say that I don't remember what your song, like I don't remember any of the songs, but we'll hear them later on. But what I remember most about you singing is your voice. Like it's very unique, isn't it? It's really like kind of smoky. It's really
sizzly.
Isn't it though? It's kind of it's very unique. It's really cool.
I don't know. Like I never really focused on my voice. That's why I always like. It was never something I was like, oh yeah. It was just kind of, You just started singing and that was it, like, It was like, I like to say that my voice just backs up my lyrics. It's not like my lyrics are backing up my voice. Does that make sense? Yeah. As in, I'm not putting my music out there for people to hear my voice. It's for people to hear my lyrics. Yes, I get you. Yeah. Opposite of what probably a lot of musicians are. They love their voices and they want to write songs to complement it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But mine's kind of the other way around. I think that's why it took me so long to get to this point. Like, almost. I think it's. Are we okay there? Yeah. I was hoping you'd keep talking so that Sean was the battery changed in time. So tell me then. Bring me to what's been going on with you lately, because there's been an awful lot of stuff going on lately. And I it spirals like. Yeah, I haven't been like I've been seeing the posts and liking them and stuff, but I haven't been. I think I've been liking them. I hope I've been. But you're on my good side, don't worry. But I haven't been actually really paying attention to what it is, just because I've been busy with other stuff. So start from the start of that new whole chapter, we'll say, and talk to me about that. The new chapter was TY, I think. Okay. It really changed the ballgame for me, because when I started playing with Alana, that's when everything kind of happened. I went to Fuse and then I put my first original song out there,
Okay.
and I got good feedback, obviously, from you and Julian, from my friends. So I was like,
Was that your first time singing together? That wasn't a
Together in
musical
public.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, and then we did other stuff after that.
We
Yeah.
used to annoy the girls in class.
The girls
Without the
hated us.
guitar,
like I'd bring my guitar into school, like, why would I do that? But I bring it and then we play in the rooms. Like everyone's this lunchtime, people
Everyone's-
relaxing.
yeah.
and we're
Lunchtime
here.
gig, like.
Yeah, because it was the only time we had. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah. So Fuse.
And then we had that Christmas yoke, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
In the family
Christmas
centre.
concert
Yeah.
in the youth cafe.
I sang
Oh, yeah.
Bruised. Bruises.
Yeah, we sang
and
that
it was just
together.
way too low for me. I was like, Conan News.
yeah, that was fun. But so then I heard. What am I saying? My sister did the IMAs when she was in TY, the Irish Youth Music Awards. It's like this thing where it's kind of a competition, and then they get winners from each county, and then they go to Dublin and all compete up there. But we couldn't do that this year, obviously, because everything happened. But she partook in that when she was in TY, and I remember going to watch it. And I was like, oh my god, that looks so cool. Like, I really want to do that. But I was like, I don't have original songs. I was, 13 at the time. I was in first year, probably. And then I had it on my bucket list for the last 3 years to do IMAs because my sister had done it. Because I look up to my sister and she's like, anything she does, I'm like, I want to do it. So so then I went back into TY and I did it. I entered with 2 original songs. And they pick a best representing song and a best artist. So loads of people sing their songs and then they pick... Everyone gets to it's like a voting system. You vote but only the artists get to vote, not the people that come, obviously, because I forgot all my friends to come. But so
50 votes.
Yeah. It's like I just win that by default. But yeah, so I won with Lost Out in Love, one of my original songs, and this other band
Best
called
song.
Pavilion.
It's one of my favourite songs ever. Like, it's so good.
Anyway, yeah. And then this band Pavilion won, so they were supposed to sing my song then in Dublin. That's how it worked. It was best representing song and best representing artist.
Okay.
It's ran by Youth Work Ireland. Lisa Cannon is great.
Yeah.
She does all the live streams, so I just want to say thank you to Lisa. And yeah, so we didn't get to go to Dublin, so instead of that, then we've been doing the live streams. That's the reason they've been on Facebook and whatnot. So that was the first live I'd done as well, the one on the official IMAS page.
Yeah.
I sang 2 originals, the one that I won and another one that nobody had heard before. It was kind of it's funny because the only evidence of my original songs are on live streams. I don't even have them on my Instagram because I can't sit down properly and record myself for however long. I'm just not able to do that. Well, no, you should see my Instagram. It's 1 minute clips because I just can't do the whole. Anyway, so yeah, and then and then live streams. I've done 2 so far with Cornyn and Nogue as well. Creative Ireland hosted one there was it last week or something? Yeah. And I was more comfortable by the second one, so it was good that I've kind of gained a little bit of confidence, but it's still really scary every time. It's
Cool. Yeah, because there was a lot going on there on a lot,
and I was trying to take a break even between the first live and the second one.
Yeah.
And then I figured out there's a second one. I was like, sugar, because I just didn't want to be doing it.
Yeah.
Like I said, during lockdown, it's so hard to write. I feel like I'm forcing myself.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, there's another one coming up. I just want to take a break, a 3-week
no
music. There's times where I just leave down my guitar and don't play for flat 2 weeks. So then when I start playing, then my fingers are all so
sore again.
It's been
class. The amount of stuff that you've been doing. It's class. It's really cool to see all that stuff going on. I think. See, the annoying thing about Facebook is, and Porrick Stevens said this last week, that it's gone in a minute. You put it up there and it's all of a sudden there's something else there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
unless you save the lives, is that what you mean? Or do you mean as in sometimes?
I'm saying no, just to post in general. You post online and there's so many other things.
Much stuff.
But so it's hard to keep track. But they are little golden moments that are really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. So, Alana. I don't really know what else I want to ask you now.
Ask her about My Fair Lady because she did a fabulous job.
What's the favourite show you've ever done? What's your most favourite show?
I love doing the 9 art shows for the people because they were just so amazing.
Yeah.
And I like the school shows because but I just think I really like My Fair Lady. I heard it and it's not one of those shows that you'd if you haven't heard about it you'd think it's so boring. But I just loved the character and I loved the actual show, so I think I put a lot of effort into it, the most effort I've ever put into anything. Yeah. So I just really loved My Fair Lady.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. Did you get into the character?
Yeah, Like it's really embarrassing, but during the summer I just watched the movie so many times that I didn't need the script because I'd learned all the lines already.
That's class,
And
though.
I sat at the table reading. I was like trying to like show off that I knew my lines. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oof. But but it was just, she's such an, Eliza Doolittle is such an interesting character to me and stuff like that. And I love when you can get into a character and like really, I don't know, that's what I love about it, like researching and all that geeky stuff.
That's class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you ever think about going into, I asked this to Brendan Murray, would you ever think about going into television?
Oh, I feel like I'd be so bad at it. Because every like second sentence is like, so basically like, you know, but if I could stop myself from doing that, it really, I'd love that.
Or film, like, would you do a film?
I don't know if my face is built for the screen, but it's but I'd love to go into acting.
I think it'd be
That's
great
what
to
I'd
be
love.
great at a film, like,
But
yeah, no.
thank you. But I think I just love West End or something like that.
Yeah.
I know it's like a far out dream. Do you know
It's
what I
It's
mean?
not though, because Alan
It's
Kelly
not.
from Tomb,
Yeah.
he's doing that now, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's unreal, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
The
good,
story
yeah.
level.
But I mean, sure, like anybody can do it, like,
Yeah.
do you know?
I think musical is Alana. Like you just think of Alana Mullins
As
music.
exactly, yeah.
Like,
That's
it's
that's
just-
that's
There's
what.
no going back now. From
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
on out, like this is your life, Alana.
Yeah, you're
It's okay.
stuck with it now. Yeah. She's gonna be like the next famous actress, like
Honestly.
stage actress.
I believe
I
it.
love it. But
Did you see the announcement today that there's a new Mamma Mia coming? Mamma
I
Mia
know.
3.
Wait,
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
But is that not dragging it out just a tiny bit? Because like the first one was fine because like the storyline, and then the second one was like
Yeah.
a
I
catch
enjoyed
up.
the second
The
one.
Yeah.
third one, what are they going to do?
I
Be
don't
like-
know.
If
Babies.
they announce,
Feel like another baby.
There's gonna be babies, yeah.
but if they tell us who the father is, it's so boring. Do you know
Do we
the
not know
fun
who
of
the
it
father
is? I don't think so.
I don't even know.
I don't think-
the story is not in my.
Yeah, but if you know who the father is, it's just so boring, no?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you
Like,
pick
I-
your favourite lad to be the father. Do you know what I mean?
Who's your favourite one?
Oh, Harry. Yeah.
I don't even know
Harry.
the characters. I'm just a fake Mamma Mia fan. Like, I don't know.
And like my best friend is just obsessed
Oh, yes,
with Mamma
yeah.
Mia, so I just kind of picked it up from her.
Here's a question: who's your famous? Who's your favorite artist right now out there? Like,
Ooh.
is it a lad or is it a girl or who or?
Ooh.
I'm more into bands, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite band?
Well, they've broken up now. Sadly, they were an Irish
One Direction.
band.
No, sorry. Sorry.
Little Green Cars.
Oh
I bring them
yeah,
up all the time. My friends are like, "Johanna, stop!" But I'm just like, I just love
I
them.
forgot about them.
Exactly.
They were really
forget about
good.
them. And now they have a new band, Soda Blonde, and I like their music too. It's pretty good. But other than that, Lumineers, I quite like them. I like
Lumineers.
folky kind of.
Yeah, like me,
Mm,
like Fleetwood Mac.
I probably do. Yeah. I'm not. I don't. I'm so bad at like looking at music. If that makes sense. I'm so
Yeah.
bad for listening to it.
You probably know Fleetwood Mac though.
I do, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you said a song, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Well, I don't.
What about you,
Now,
Lana?
now I'm embarrassed because like I just like name all the popular ones.
You're like Ed
I'd
Sheeran,
be like,
Emily Sandé.
I love Emily Sandé. She's just like, 'cause she was just my whole childhood. I had the same CD 3 times, and one was for the car, one was for the house, and one
We
like
were like that.
yeah,
We
I
had
bring
James
one in my
Blunt.
bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
James Blunt was good.
James Bond still is good.
Oh yes. Like I said, I'm so behind. Like I'm.
Yeah, no, I liked his earlier stuff. His newer stuff is again, it's good, but it's getting very modern. Like Picture This. What do you think of Picture This? Their new stuff.
Oh, is that's a song that's like. Oh
Oh, yes, you know the one. Yeah.
It's like all the
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I haven't.
no, I'm-
I haven't a clue what
same.
you're
Oh,
on
you don't know. You do know the one. It's always on the radio. It's like the
Johanna does this
constant-
to me all the time. She's like, she starts going do 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 the one, and I'm like,
It's on the radio all the time, and it's really monotone.
Oh, I do know it. Is that?
It's on-
Is
Yeah.
that Picture This? I don't know.
Exactly,
But-
that's their new stuff, and I'm not. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I
do the whole.
Put it into
Shazam me singing.
yeah. This is why I like the likes of yourselves so much, because it's very it's all authentic stuff. It's all new. You know what I mean? Like, again, going back to your voice, it's so unique.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's going to stand out amongst all these, other artists. But the other side of that is then that like these artists are being completely taken over. They're completely
Exactly.
they're
I think
taken
being
over.
forced to
And,
make music, and when you're forced to make music, it's just not a good time.
yeah, and originality then just doesn't
Goes out
become
the window.
interesting anymore
Yeah, exactly.
because
They're trying to
Yeah.
compete with everyone else. And
Yeah.
Everyone becomes the same, and it's like what?
Yeah. And everyone expects it to be like such things. And then when you have something like, you know, what Jamie is doing or what you're doing, it's like, that's kind of shit. Like, you know, but the masses might think that because it's not, they're expecting it to be
up to the same standards as everything else,
they're expecting it all to be the same. Am I right in saying that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah.
Change scares people
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
Johanna's so like wise. Do you ever notice that? Like, she just says like really cool things. Like
Another part of that though as well is that's why you can always be certain then that the people that do like your music actually like it.
yeah.
You know,
exactly.
it's a
Your audience
genuine
is
fan
authentic,
base.
yeah.
Like, you know, they're genuine fans. Like the Lumineers, they are genuine fans. Like, because the Lumineers is unlike anything else that's out there at the minute.
Yeah.
Their album Cleopatra,
Oh, it's
Excuse me.
fantastic.
incredible
Or
album.
they have a new one out, 3. If
Yeah.
you've heard it, that one is very good.
I'm so
Excellent.
lost. No.
Yeah, I'm not even an albums person, but I know their
Yeah.
album. You know, when you just because they do like story arcs with their music.
Yes.
They have like the YouTube videos all like explain a story, and I just think that's so interesting. Like, why would you not make music like that? When
Yeah.
you can put a story to something and make people really, I don't know, interested.
So here's a question: have you started writing a song together?
We've tried, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's a very hard thing to do. I don't know how
See,
people do
it's difficult with me because
She's going to blame herself now.
No.
It's like, no.
Every question I've asked Alana so far has been, well, I don't know now about it because stop blaming yourself.
Yeah, you need to be more
But
confident.
no, it's very difficult with me because Johanna can just learn like the melody and the harmony and perfect. You'd literally have to do it like 17 times with me, like the same line, like
That's
once.
fine.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we get them in the end, like,
Yeah,
you know,
Rome
and we
wasn't
enjoy
built
it.
in a
That's the
day.
thing. It takes us so
Exactly.
long. Like, it takes us so long to get a song because we have to learn the harmonies and learn how we're going to sing it, the dynamics and whatever.
Yeah.
But that's all part of the fun. That's
Yeah.
why we don't get it done in time because we're too busy
There's
chatting.
videos
That's
of
like
us
us
and
with
it's
the other
like
podcast.
we were outside recording. We were outside recording a song, and you could see it turn from like day to night.
Yeah,
And it was
so
just
funny. And all the outtakes, there's just so many of them we don't have. Like, we try to get a full video on Snapchat and it just never happens.
No,
So
we
we still
always
have that
just end up
finish.
laughing and just fucking thing, you know.
Yeah, we're a bad team. No, we're a good team. we're good and bad. We're like,
We're
what's
a
new?
team.
In time though, it'll come. Like
Hopefully.
it'll
We
just
need to do
happen.
that.
Someday
Yeah.
it'll just happen and like, oh my
Inspiration
God.
will spark, I'd say.
Yeah, I would love if Lana, like, you know, sang harmonies, even songs I've already written, because I feel like, you know, because I
Yeah.
do the the videos on my Instagram, they have harmonies, so if Alana sang them, I'd be like,
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
maybe,
good.
Maybe so.
Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Is there anything else that I haven't? Anything you want to tell me about that I've missed? That anything exciting happened to you that I've missed before? we
I'm
move
gonna
on?
feel bad about how boring my life is now.
What have we done? What's the most recent thing we've done? Like, what days was it?
Yeah, back
Stop
to
that
these. Johanna got an award for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what did you get?
You could ask me or Alana.
No, go on.
What did you get?
Best comedian
Ooh,
for the Stage-Wise
very good,
School Musical Awards.
very good.
So that was mad. It was weird. It was like the award ceremony was on a Zoom,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
it didn't almost feel like it was real. It was just like, oh, your name is
Yeah,
announced. You're like,
yeah.
oh, cool. But it was like we would have been in Dublin like for the awards.
Yeah,
ceremony
you would have
and
been.
all that.
Yeah,
But that was very nice because, you know, I was never thought like I'd get that in a school musical. I was always like the secondary character. Do you know what I mean? Like,
did you hear the song that came out there for what was it for, Julie?
The Irish Women in Harmony.
Damn it, I saw the video thing on
Yeah.
Facebook and I didn't press
Never
it.
watched it.
I
Yeah,
haven't watched it
it's
yet.
so
I
cool.
don't watch anything. So bad.
It's class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter was talking about it in the other podcast. But
Okay.
it's very, very good.
So
Definitely
it's
go
just
check it
loads
out.
of Irish musicians.
Yeah, girls, women.
Women, yeah.
But it's excellent. It's a what's it? It's for preventing
Safe Ireland,
yeah,
for
domestic violence and
Oh,
stuff.
okay,
Yeah,
right.
I have
it's-
to watch it now.
Yeah.
it's
Damn it.
so
We'll do that
cool
when we go.
because they all recorded like
Oh, separately.
separately and then they have it all together in a live video. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's mad how they do that. Like, I find it hard enough when I'm on my own trying to do two things. Imagine having loads of people trying to go onto the same tempo and whatever.
Yeah. It's I'm not going to get into the nerdy side of it. But it is very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, will we take a break and we can play some music afterwards?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Deadly. So we're going to take a quick little break and then the girls are going to come back and play us out of the episode. So thanks a million for joining us anyway.
Okay,
Thank
you for having me.
And hope you enjoyed it.
We did.
We did. Yeah.
Right, we'll see you after the break. Good luck.
iTunes is the newest home to all musical and creative arts in tune. It's a place where all artists, songwriters and creatives can post their latest work and is a great way to discover new talent. Check it out for yourself at www.itune.ie.
Play by the ball. Live by the ball. Be the balls.
Times are heavy right now, but we're here to lighten the mood every week with our brand new podcast, the B Team Subs Podcast. We're 4 young Irish lads who'll be chatting shite about the light-hearted bits of news you might have missed and riffing into them. We'll be bringing you sketches, some exciting guests and some top-class men. We'd love your support, so make sure to hit that follow button, like, comment and share with your friends to make sure you don't miss a thing. We are the B Team Subs Podcast.
The red sandstone it fell, right smack on top of Sedona Arabelle. John Ford said, oh, won't you hop on in a stagecoach, baby, gonna take you for a spin, oh, oh, oh. Hey, little Hollywood, you're gone, but you're not forgot. You got the cash, but the credit's no good. You flipped the script, you shot the plot, and I remember when the neon used to burn so bright and pink. Saturday night, kind of pink. And the blacklist and its hosts came down so swift, and they drove them to the coast. We're going California, but we're all out of work. I guess that's better than a grave and a hearse. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, little Hollywood, you're gone, but you're not forgot. You got the cash, but the credit's no good. You flipped the script, you shot the plot, and I remember when the neon used to burn so bright and pink. A Saturday night, kind of pink. And the devil's in their rush. And the stuff tea makes you hush. Hey, this don't let me cut you a deal. I'm a little hungover and I'm here to steal your soul. Oh, 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 hey, little Hollywood, you're gone, but you're not forgot. You got the cash, but the credit's no good. You flipped the script and you shot the plot, and I remember when the neon used to burn so bright and pink, so bright and pink, so bright and pink. Saturday night, kind of pink, kind of pink. So the next song I'm going to sing is an original. This song's called Invalid. I suppose it's about not feeling like your opinions are valued by those who are close to you, and obviously that upsetting you over time. And yeah, that's it really. What is wrong with you? I hear time after time. 'Cause I don't say what you wanna hear, and it feels I've committed a crime. My opinion's invalid, 'cause they don't copy yours. Don't you understand taste, boy? Not a difficult word. All forgotten in an hour. shower me with love right after all, forgotten till it happens again. How far can my skin stretch when you lay under it? Asking me to explain, like I have to prove myself. But with you it's a losing battle, no matter what cards I dealt. Oh, the fear of disappointing you, oh, why should I care? 'Cause my thoughts, they never matter to you, oh, and so I didn't share. Oh, forgotten in an hour, 'cause of your ability to shower me with love right after all, forgotten till it happens again. How long before my skin tears 'cause you lay under it? Confidence I lack, what's incomprehensible about that? You don't know me, it's a fact. Your idea back to front is front to back. The days are on the run, move so quickly, it's obvious what from. I'm putting off the punch 'cause I know that I rely on you. Did I rely on you too much? Did I rely on you? Or did I rely on you? Oh, forgotten in months' time. 'Cause of your ability to shine the light on my self-conscious mind. Oh, forgotten till I start to fall. And I am left wondering if I had learned at least anything at all. Oh, forgotten now. So yeah, that was Invalid. Thank you. The next song I'm going to sing is also an original. This one's a bit more lighthearted. It's called Voila, which in French I think means like here it is, or in English we kind of use it as like magic. So it's about the magic of love and what that can do for older people. If like a young person spends time with them and I suppose makes them feel young again and gives them a pep in their step. Kind of relates to this time as well in isolation where older people might feel quite isolated, and yeah, so this is how I'd like to think I treat my grandparents if I had grandparents. May you talk and talk and talk until your cheeks turn blue. May you laugh a lot and laugh some more till your belly aches too. May you wisen me up with all your knowledge, please do, 'cause you've lived your life and you know the bits that I'll use. If that makes you happy, then to listen I'm happy too. If it makes you feel younger, then I'm happy for you. If it gives you the push that you need to get you back up on your feet, then it's what I'm gonna do. It's that easy, see. Voila, 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 la. Oh, voila, la, la. And there you are, a man with little faith who had wrinkles and was overweight. But it didn't take long, oh, long, for him to come back again and spring a new man from the bed. When he felt young in his head, so his heart he could make. Oh, you've been brave, sir. In fact, you've been bold. You've survived almost everything. Don't you mind the common cold? Or will you stories, no matter how old. 'Cause your heart is on fire, and mine you can hold. If that makes you happy, then to listen I'm happy too. If it makes you feel younger, then I'm happy for you. If it gives you the push that you need to get you back up on your feet, then it's what I'm gonna do. It's that easy, see. Voila, 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 la. Oh, voila, la, la. And there you are, a man who thought it was too late and that there was no time to change. But it didn't take long, 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 long. Oh, long, 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 long. For him to come back again and spring a new man from the bed when he felt young in his head and his heart. Voila, 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 la. Age don't defy who you are. Voila, 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 la. As long as you feel young in your heart. Voila, 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 la. A little bit of love can go far. Voila, voila, made a man get back in his car and go again from the start. That was voila.
So now we're going to sing Rush by Lewis Capaldi.
The space between where our ends meet has grown too much for me to block it out. I miss the tone of your heartbeat. It's such a warm and unfamiliar sound. I hope you're finding the power to help you make it through the darker days. For now I'll wait by the hour. If you wanna take somebody's breath away, my love, I hope you're lonely, hope you're lost, 'cause I've been. I hate to think you're better off without me. I know we tried to hold on, but where do you go when love is just ain't enough? Now does it kill you when you think about me? Are you as close to giving up as I've been? I know we kept losing touch, got lost in the rush. I pray you don't hurt too much.
I don't come close to an angel, and you ain't never been no kind of saint. But when we first came together, hell to heaven, you were my escape. But fires don't burn forever, and all these ashes crumble when we touch. We
Dance to death in the fire.
What can I do now that the music's done, my love? I hope you're lonely, hope you're lost, 'cause I've been. I'd hate to think you're better off without me. I know we tried to hold on, but where do you go when love it just ain't enough? Then does it kill you when you think about me? Were you as close to giving up as I've been? I know we kept losing touch, got lost in the rush. I pray you don't hurt too much. But we had it all, and we let it fall. But I hope you found whatever you were looking for. But we had it all, and we let it fall. Lost in the rush, but I pray you don't hurt too much. I hope you're lonely, hope you're lost, 'cause I've been. I'd hate to think you're better off without me. I know we tried to hold on, but where do you go when love it just ain't enough? Now does it kill you when you think about me? Were you as close to giving up as I've been? I know we kept losing touch, got lost in the rush. I pray you don't hurt too much. But we had it all, and we let it fall. But I hope you found whatever you were looking for. But we had it all, and we let it fall. Lost in the rush, but I pray you don't hurt too much.